Hello everyone, this is Sanjeet Singh and I welcome to on the platform of the DIIT British English. As you all know that today we have an interesting session and the session is that general interaction session. As we all know that we have just joined too many times in our classes, but just because of YouTube live session, we are here to just join those who have just left. And first of all, I would like to welcome Mr. Pradeep Thakur, who has just joined with us. And if I talk about this man, then definitely I have no words to tell anything. He just joined our institution before 2 or 3 years, and from that day to till now he is in reputed company. And today we are going to just talk with him. He will just share his feelings, his thought, his ideas, how interviews are taken, and there are lots of things which he is going to just share. And I hope that you all will just learn from this person also. Another thing I would like to tell you that even whenever he just comes in Muzaffarpur, then definitely he just comes to meet me, and I feel very gratitude when he just comes and just share his feelings. Whenever he gets time, he just come in the class and just give lots of suggestion. But just because of YouTube, I really give thanks to that we have this type of features by which we are just able to talk those who are left institution. I would like to just tell you one thing that in every weekend we will have a new person and we will just talk with them and we will just share each and everything. So Pradeep ji, how are you?
Hello, sir. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm also fine. Audience, I
Thanks
would
for
like to
giving
tell
me.
you that
Yes.
audience, I would like to tell you one thing that if you will have any kind of questions, तो आपको chance मिलेगी पूछने का. तो आप उस समय आप अपना questions पूछेंगे. When I will just tell you and allow you to just ask the question, then you will just ask. Otherwise, you have to listen carefully till the end so that you can just so that you can just enjoy this moment and try to be a very good listener. Whatever he is going to tell you, please try to listen. So first of all, Pradeep ji, I would like to listen from your side that how is your life going on in corporate world and your personal feelings. And first of all, I would like to listen from your side that which means your introduction. So please introduce yourself first.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Very good evening to everyone. So, my name is Pradeep Thakur, and I joined DIIT British English in way back, you can say 2021, and I was there. And the sir is one of the, you can say, the best motivator I ever could have. And right now, I'm working in Convergys, supporting Microsoft products, specifically SharePoint. Earlier, I was in Adobe. So when I was there, everything got changed when I learned how to speak English, how to present anything. And when you get to know like how to speak English, how to, speak out your thoughts in English, everything gets changed. People start respecting you because now it's not about getting some privilege like you can speak in English, that means you are so intelligent, you are so intellectual. It's not like that. Right now English is something which you need to survive in content situation. So it helped me a lot. I'm a mechanical engineer, but I don't think so it worth it because ultimately English is the one which is helping me in getting my bread and butter. So I would say like the journey was awesome, and Sanjeet sir has a great motivation behind that. He has been always helpful, and one of the, you can say, the most frank teacher. He can share. You can say I can share everything with him. Even he's suggesting me for marriages and all that. So you can understand how good relationship we share and how good terms we have. So when he told me that Pradeep ji, are you like available? So I just told him, sir, I am available on weekends because currently my shift timings are so odd that I don't want to bother you. So everything has changed. So once you get to know like how to speak in English, once you have fluency, once you know how to present things in English, so everything gets changed. People start respecting you because we are humans and we have a certain set of, communication skills, which is quite unique and which makes us unique, and language is part of that. And the best thing about English is it is internationally accepted. So you are a good speaker of English, you are a proficient speaker of Hindi, Sanskrit, that's fine. But when it comes to English, you should know, so that you can survive in in this contemporary situation. So that's my, I can say, the experience so far. Yes, sir.
I would like to ask one question, that those students who are very weak in English, how can they start their to improve their level so that they can be able to speak in front of anyone?
So, if you talk about me, I passed out from Kendra Vidyalaya. So either it was CBSE board, but I don't have that much opportunities to groom up myself, just to polish my communication skills. So it's not, if I can do that, then anyone can do that. I believe in this, because when I started from newspaper, which was a wrong move, because in newspaper the words are quite tough, and you need like a dictionary in order to just get the information, or just to decipher the meaning, what actually that you can say that particular content wants to speak out. So I started from there, and I worked really hard. Then after that, I just worked on my pronunciation skills, because I have seen this: if you don't know that much words, that's totally fine, but you should be good enough when it comes to pronunciation, because the pronunciation skills are something which is going to impact everyone. And especially in case of Bihari people, we have this the sir pronunciation. We have this, you can say, this demerit in our communication skill. We need to fix this one. So I have seen this: people are really having hard time in speaking office, school, and these things. So you need to just put some effort on that. You need to work on your tongue twisters so that you pronounce it properly. After that, I would say Sanjit sir is one of the, you can say, best resources I ever had. So you can just come here and join DIT British English, and just use the platform what you have. Just try to speak as much as you can, and just warm up yourself, because it's not hard. It's really easy, because I don't think so English is tougher than Hindi. So English is a quite easy language. All you need to do is just have a platform where you can polish your communication skills. Just learn some standard phrases, so that your sentence framing sound impressive. And after that, I would say you can go for some books, the novels, and because when you talk about speaking English, so basically we need only present tense. So in future tense, we do not use future tense. In some cases, we need past tense, but mostly present tense is used. So you don't, if you know basic English, that is good enough to speak it. You don't need to be very proficient and very knowledgeable person regarding speaking English. So just if you have these things, if you know how present tense works, that's totally fine. That is good enough. And after that, just keep focused on your pronunciation skills, because your pronunciation is something which plays major role when you are speaking. So either you have like a huge vocabulary, but it will not impress anyone until you don't know how to pronounce it. So that is very basic thing that everyone should work on, and I think that is my best suggestion, and that worked in my case.
So
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pradeep has just told that only speaking English is not important. If you have a basic English, then definitely you can just survive, you can just communicate. But pronunciation is very important, and especially we are from that area where the pronunciation skill is very bad. Even 10% peoples are there, they are just saying long ways, they don't say language. So
Yes.
these are the basic problems which we face. So it's very important, if you want to see yourself in corporate world, then definitely pronunciation plays an important role. And I would like to suggest that those who are just present here, those who are just watching us, I would like to tell one thing, that please focus on pronunciation skill and try to accumulate ideas through reading novels, newspapers, and lots of things so that you can just do better. So I would like to just ask to all audience, those who are just present here, if they have any questions, if you want to ask question from Pradeep, then you can just ask. He will just give answer to each and everyone.
Yes,
So
my laptop is up.
is there anyone, those who are just watching, please ask question. If anyone who wants to ask question, then please, you have been given chance to ask question. Otherwise, we will talk each other, because I have just met with this person after long time. So please, I would like to ask one question. Rishikesh Kumar has asked, really English is compulsory for corporate? So first question has come from Rishikesh Kumar. Please give answer. एक
Okay.
एक करके पूछेंगे, एक क्वेश्चन आ गई है. So please give answer, Pradeep.
Hello, Rishikesh ji. So he is one of my oldest friend and one of the most trustworthy guys whom I can count on when I come to Muzaffarpur. So as far as this corporate thing is concerned, so as we already know that India is based a service-based economy. So basically, we are taking care of all these service-related things, like we are taking care of tech support and all that. So in those scenarios, we should have you know quite, you can say, quite good hands on English, so that when you are communicating with anyone who is from different location from across the globe, so that you can understand them and so that they can understand you. So from corporate perspective, it's important because most of the people prefer English. And when it comes to international countries, when it comes to MNCs, so the people who are like taking care of all the management related stuff or the things what you need to take care of, everyone will speak in English. So if you don't have like a good speak in English, how would you manage that? So that's why it's really important for corporate. But if you have other options, like you are looking for any government job or any other stuff, then that's totally fine. You, if you have minimal knowledge of English, that's totally fine. So right now, English is something which is not related to, as I told you, it's not something that is related to any application kind of thing. So right now, English is something which is required for survival. Because I have seen people like the people who are working in Pizza Hut, they can speak proficient English. The people who are working as a taxi driver, they can speak proficient English. So how would you manage the terminologies which doctor use? Most of them are in English. Even the laws and everything, the all the sections of IPC and everything, your everything in court is addressed in English. So I think this is something which we need for survival. It's not about corporate thing. And especially in case of corporate thing, since you have to deal with like people who are located in different locations across the globe, so obviously you need to be proficient speaker. Otherwise you would not be able to survive in that tough environment. Because I have seen that the people who are like quite good in their skill set, but still they are struggling for their promotion and for the increment because they are not good speakers of English. So I think for corporate it's mandatory because you need to take care of all the international stuff, and it is a must.
Very good. I think that Rishikesh Kumar, you have been satisfied by him. Now, Mr. Sumit, you can ask question, but before Sumit, two questions have come and both are same. One is from Kaira Burma and number one is Khusnuma. So they both of them have asked one question, that how to learn English. So please, they are very, you can say that average kind of a student, and they
Okay.
want to listen from your side that how to learn English. So being an average student, how can they enhance their language?
So I would suggest just start listening English, because I always quote this example in classes also, that when we were in our childhood we used to listen things. No one teaches us, and we used to sleep for 18 hours or you can say 12 hours, and after that we have to just notice, we have to just listen, because our mind is not that much developed to just figure out what's going on around us. So we used to just listen things. So very first thing is start listening. It doesn't matter whether you are able to grab it, whether you are able to understand it, just start listening, so that it will give you a picture that how that particular word should be pronounced, how sentence framing is will work. So start listening first. Once you have good hold on that, then you can work on your pronunciation skills. Just learn like 5 words and try to know what is its correct pronunciation. You have this Google translator in your phone, that is quite common, so you can rely on that. Because since right now I have worked for like multiple MNCs, so I have seen that people nowadays people are understanding Indian English. Even if you bought a new phone, and when you just set up its language, you have this option. Even Siri can speak in English, Indian English, I mean to say. So earlier they have this British accent, they have this US accent. Now they have this Indian accent. So everyone is recognizing it. So you don't have to just copy the people who are located in different location, because their tongues are aligned in different way, because they are doing this from their childhood and it's been long since they are doing this. So they are experts. You don't have to copy the pronunciation what they are doing. Just learn 5 or 10 words a day and try to know what is its correct pronunciation, and try to use it, so that it will give you a confidence that how to use that particular word in a sentence. Because I have seen this recently in current affairs. The Prime Minister of New Zealand, she has mentioned that all the officials, whosoever will pass any law, or if there is any announcement for the citizens of New Zealand, it should be in simple English. You don't have to show your literacy skills. You don't have to be Sashi Tharoor. So just try to learn basic one, and at first just get to know what is its correct pronunciation. So once you have hold on that, then you would be able to start doing this sentence framing thing. And very very important thing, last but not the least one, whenever you get to know anything, like if you are translating anything, don't try to translate it in Hindi to English. Just try to start sentence framing in your mind in English, rather than doing it in in Hindi, then in English, then try to speak out. So it will take time, and you would never be a proficient speaker. So best thing what you can do is, if you wanted to, if you are thinking, our mind is something which never stops. So if you are thinking about anything, just start thinking in English, and just try to write it down, and just check whether it seems correct, whether it seems wrong. Because I know all of the people whosoever is part of DIT British English, they have quite good hold on grammar. Even they know much better than me. So you have this option. Just try to write it down, and then try to check whether it sounds good, whether it looks good, then try to implement it in your daily communication thing. So this is what you can do.
Thank you. Thank you, so Kusnuma and Kaira. I have just told you again, and I would like to tell you, Pradeep, one thing, that I have just taken that initiation that everyone has to just remember word daily, because I have made a channel
Hmm.
English Walla, and through that they are just getting everyday words, and they are just learning, and I'm bound to listen each and everyone. But what happens that they don't use it. So I would like to request them, if you are using, then definitely your English will become far better. Okay, now next questions have come. I don't know, Hina Fatma has written one question, but she has just deleted. But I would like to listen from your side, as Hina Fatma has asked one question to you, that which
Hmm.
type of problem you faced when you just when you were trying to learn English. Which type of problem came in front of you?
Yes, the very first one is this pronunciation thing and the vocabulary thing, because we don't have that much good hold on this vocabulary thing. And after that, once I fixed it, then the another problem is sentence framing. So while I was speaking, my mind thinks in Hindi, then I have to translate it in English, then I have to deliver it in English. So that was quite challenging, until I have a platform where I can just implement these things. So DIT is perfect platform where I got a podium to speak out, and then I try to implement this, because the people who are around you, they are also learning English. No one is going to criticize you that you are not a good speaker. So I started from there. So we have these speech sessions. I just take part on that. Then I used to just keep my voice recorder on in my pocket, and I just record my own speech and try to listen it. And then I just note down that yes, these are the mistakes what I did, these are the grammatical mistakes, these are the pronunciation mistakes which needs to be fixed. Then after that, I have done some homework on that. Then again, when I got a chance, I tried to not to repeat those mistakes. So in this way, because English is a language, and language needs environment. Without environment, you cannot learn it. And yeah, if you have such a wonderful environment where you can speak with people who are learning English, so that's quite, helpful in many ways. So just try to speak it out as much as you can. Just try to grab the opportunity what you have. Whenever you get a chance to speak, just try to be on top of that. Just try to speak as much as you can. It doesn't matter whether you are doing it right or wrong. Try to record it and then try to check it at your home, that what things can be done in better way. So it will help you a lot. It helped me a lot.
So I think that Hina, you have just understood better that whatever he has just suggested you, if you are going to follow, then definitely you will be a very good speaker in coming future. Now, next question has come from Ankit Giri. So Ankit Giri has written one question: as I am a MBA student, MBA first year student, how corporate world look like for fresher, and what mandatory things should I learn to survive in corporate world? This is the question from Ankit Giri.
Okay. So since Ankit, you are doing MBA, and the full form of MBA is Master of Business Administration. So it's quite understandable that you are doing some administrative work. So obviously, you have to take care of all the management things. And when it comes to management, you should have very confident, we can say, set of attitude, or you should be a very proficient speaker of English, because you have to take interviews. You have to, you know, just figure out like whether this candidate is good fit for this job or it's not. So your job role is quite hectic. When it will become hectic if you don't know how to speak English properly, because obviously you have to deal with multiple peoples. You have to show data, you have to talk to the peoples who are looking for job, like the aspirants who are going to appear in any interview. You need to train them. So if you don't have those skill sets, how would you survive? So I would suggest, just from since you are in first year, so you have plenty of time, just try to start working on the communication skills, and try to learn at least a new skill, like the data interpretation or anything like that. That would be really helpful for you, because this century, you can say, this era is of AI, and you should know at least any one extra skill in order to survive in those environment. If you don't have it, so it would be quite challenging for you, because in India, like 140 million people are living there, and that is really hard to get a job in these situations. You need to be something different. You need to think out of box in order to survive in this environment, because this is not government sector. You need to be updated. Everything, technology is changing, everyone is implementing AI. So if you are doing MBA, obviously you are going to part of an you can say an corporate environment, and since you are going to part of that, just try to make yourself be prepared for that, so that whenever you are in that environment, you just rock there.
Okay, so next question is coming. Those who have questions, please write question one by one. मैं एक एक करके पढ़ूंगा और आपका क्वेश्चंस का जवाब मिलेगा. तो नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग फ्रॉम सत्यम कुमार. आई राइट इंग्लिश वेरी वेल बट इन टाइम ऑफ स्पीक आई हैव फियर. हाउ टू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम?
That's
प्लीज
why I
गिव
told
द.
you, you have this DIT platform. You need to speak out as much as you can. Don't worry about it that people are laughing on you, because it has nothing to do with your growth. The people who are sitting beside you, behind you, or with you in class, you never know where they will be there after 10 years or 20 years. So just don't concerned about it. Just have a carefree attitude when someone is laughing at you, and try to utilize as much as you can. If you get any platform where you can speak out, someone is where someone can judge you, like some I doesn't mean judge in negative sense, I means someone could correct you. So since Sanjit sir is there, he can correct you that yes, it should be corrected. And after after this doing these things, after having some experience, after doing all these grammatical things, one day I am pretty sure about it, you will be confident enough to just speak out your thoughts, whatever is going on in your mind. So since this is a language, so obviously we cannot learn it until we practice it. So you have to keep practicing it. Just try to speak as much as you can. If if you're a shy guy, and you are kind of introvert person, just try to speak with yourself. I don't think so you need anyone to express your own feelings. Just try to speak with yourself, just try to think everything in English, and it will help you out in this for long run.
Okay, next question is coming from Sumit Raj, and he has asked one question, that my question is that speaking is not important. Speaking correctly is important. So, how do we correct this? I am not talking about pronunciation. I am talking about all things.
Pronunciations, I'm sorry sir, could you come again? Because I got a message which Pranav has told me that 140 billion. My bad, Pranav, I'm sorry. I'm not good in data because the software people don't have these things. So I'm really sorry for that.
Okay, Sumit Raj has asked one question, that my question is that speaking is not important.
Hmm.
Speaking correctly is important.
Exactly.
So, how do we correct this? Next one, I am not talking about pronunciation, I am talking about all things.
Obviously, so without practice, how would you fix this? If you want to change your style, if you want to have some confidence, if you want to have some vocabulary, if you want to have a grammatically correct sentence, so you have to practice it. Otherwise you would not be able to implement. Either you have all the knowledge of English, so you have to practice it. And when I say this pronunciation, everything, so let me just tell you in bits and pieces. The first one is, when it comes to pronunciation, you need to focus on syllables. So the syllables means, suppose there is a word we call engineering. So it has like two words, the engine and then earring. So you need to keep these things in mind. When you say appreciate, then there is app, then appreciate. There are three syllables in it. So you need to break it through while you're pronunciating it. And after that, when it comes to vocabulary, you should have a good hold on that. And because and this will help you a lot, because when you are speaking, if you don't have proper set of vocabulary, it could be possible that you will fumble, and you would not be able to speak out what you wanted to say. So just work on vocabulary. As far as grammar is concerned, you can work on present tense and past tense. That is good enough. Just know the basics. You don't know very advanced knowledge. You don't have to go for very advanced knowledge. Just have it basic, and that would be good enough. So, and obviously, it will take some time, because there is a saying, Rome was not made in a day. So it would take some time, and once you start practicing it, hardly it will take like 6 months or a year. That is good enough, and you would be good enough to speak it proficiently.
So I think that Sumit, you have been satisfied by him. Now, next question is coming from Sivani Kumari, and she has asked about pronunciation. She is facing the problem of pronunciation. Is there any shortcut ways, or is there any ways to solve this problem as soon as possible?
Yes. There is a tongue twister which I used to practice. Being Bihari, I can understand that. So that tongue twister is she saw a she saw. So that was kind of tongue twister I used to practice. So you can go for tongue twister thing. It will help you a lot, because when you have these tongue twisters, your tongue get adjusted to these words and how they should be pronounced. And after a while, you will feel the difference. So tongue twister is best option. You can Google it. There is a lot of tongue twisters are there on internet. So you can rely on that they are really helpful.
So Shivani, I have you have understood that tongue twister is there by which you can just solve this problem and just practice. Just listen someone, those who are just speaking English, and try to just listen how are they pronunciating. If you are just doing this way and you are just observing that what are the correct pronunciation of these words, then slowly, definitely you will just be the problem. You will be able to solve this problem, and this way you can just improve you a lot. Now the next question is coming from Ruksar Parveen, and she has asked one question to you. When you were studying English, has it ever happened to you when you went behind the podium and forgot everything you had to say just because of fear and panic? Then what did you do at that time? Yeah, this is the question by each and everyone. They just say that, sir, I want to come behind the podium, but when I come behind the podium, then what happens that our mind becomes ciphers and I forget each and everything. So
Yes.
how to come out from this problem? Most of the
Yes.
students are facing this.
Like I have been through this, and trust me, I've been there. So I have been through this. So when I got this challenge, so I just figure it out that let's do it by reading this. So I just written down my content and read it from podium. And after doing it a while, then I got to know, yes, now I have confidence. So after doing this a while, you get a confidence. Once you have a confidence, then you will go ahead and with your own thoughts. You don't need any pen and paper thing in order to read out, because currently when you are facing this challenge, so I can totally understand. You never have been in such environment where there is a podium, there are like 20-30 people are listening, and everyone is judging you. Obviously we are youngsters, so we used to judge. Like I have seen, if you do any mistake, people will definitely pick it out. It doesn't matter whether you have said 1,000 good words, but one wrong word, and that is good enough. Like Pranav has picked 140 million. so so I can totally understand. So people are judging you, that's totally fine. And I would say just write it down and try to read it out from podium. It will bring confidence, and after a while, once you feel like, yes, I am prepared for it, then try to use the podium without any help, and speak out whatever you wanted to say. So this will be quite helpful because it helped me. So you can go for that. Just write it down, whatever you want to say, just read it out from podium. And once you have the confidence, just do it on your own style.
So Pragya, I think question was also just same, which has been asked by other person. So definitely, I think that Pragya, you have been also satisfied by this question. So now the question is over. I think that no one has asked
Sir,
much more questions,
yes,
but
I think one of my someone has asked how to become a Microsoft developer. So I just wanted to let you know, everyone, I'm not a Microsoft developer. I'm a mechanical engineer who worked on my communication skills and done some certification. And right now I'm in support engineer line of a business. So I'm not a developer. So if you really want to know about it, so I can do some homework about it. But I think you are good enough to do all these things. You guys are living in this 2024 year, and everyone have their own resources. You can rely on that, because I'm not the right person to ask this question. So I would suggest to go on LinkedIn and try to make some friends over there who is currently a developer, and ask them that, yes, I wanted to be a developer, how would I pursue? They will definitely help you out. I think that question has been asked in very early stage and we missed it.
okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
is there any suggestion to all the students?
Yes, so Sanjeev sir is good enough. I don't think so. I have right to say anything in front of him when it comes to suggestion, because he is the one who suggested me everything. So I would say, since language is something which cannot be, learned until you practice it, and we have seen this from our childhood. If you want to speak Hindi, if you want to speak Mathli, Maghi, and any other language, Bengali, and anyone, so no one has taught you that language. Yes, you have to learn it. So you have listened it, and you grab the words, and you started, you know speaking it out in a very proficient manner. So this is the way how it works. Try to utilize the DIT British English platform as much as you can, and it will definitely help you out in long run. And I would suggest, being Bihari, I have been through this. Just try to start working on your pronunciation skills. So once you have it, you will definitely rock in every field in all the aspects of life. You can say once you have English knowledge of English, so it will give you a direction. It will give you a, you can say, a way to express things, and that will bring respect, and you can say a lot of recognitions and everything. So it helped me, and all the people whosoever has joined this meeting, I
I have
hope
one
their
question
purpose
to
has
you.
been met.
I have one
Yes,
question to you also,
yes.
that most of the students join any institution, not only me and everywhere. And after, with a great, you can say that enthusiasm, but just because of fear, most of the students just leave and they just don't fulfill their, you can say that ambition and desire. So what would you like to say those students? And another thing is that they just think that English is the secondary part. जब मैं फ्री होऊंगा तो इंग्लिश सीख जाऊंगा, तो डू यू थिंक दैट इज इट गुड एंड इट
So
विल
I
हेल्प
would
टू मेक
say,
द करियर?
yes, the thing is, we are in such a tender age. We have time to groom up ourselves, to just upskill ourselves. So you have this particular, I would not say that you have to join the IT British English particularly, but it helped me a lot. So it's not something which is biased one, but I would say just join any platform where the teacher is quite friendly, and whom you can speak frankly, whom you can discuss things like, sir, I'm having this issue, I'm having this one, how do I fix it? So I have seen like there are multiple institutes in Muzaffarpur also, but the IT British English was one of the best one, because sir is quite friendly with me. So I can just share with him, sir, I have an interview. So earlier when I was working in Adobe, so you guys, if anyone don't know about it, so the Photoshop and the Lightroom, all these applications, so they are manufactured by Adobe, or developed by Adobe itself, not manufactured, they developed. So I worked there. So when I got uh, my offer letter over there, I informed her about it. Then after that, I switched. Right now I'm not doing job in Microsoft, but it's kind of, it would take like 3 4 years at least, just to upskill myself, just to get into it. So right now I'm doing SharePoint thing, the sites which are created the SharePoint Online. So I'm taking care of SharePoint Online and OneDrive related stuff from Microsoft itself. So I do say like I work for Microsoft, but not on Microsoft payroll. It's kind of third party one, because you cannot hire in these MNCs directly, and until you have IT background, so it would take some time. So I would say, if you get a platform, just try to upskill yourself, and try to be proficient speaker of English. So whenever, if you know anything, if you want to answer anything, you never have this language barrier. You have this English thing, you have this, you know, this particular communication skill in your SL, just to handle these things. So just I would say, do not consider it the secondary thing, it's very primary. And as I told you guys earlier also, so nowadays it is required for survival. 10 years back it is something which works as an application, just to impress people. But in 2024 or 2023, I'm seeing this from last 4 years. So from last 4 years I have observed this is something which is required for survival. So do not take it, taken for granted. Just be focused on that, and because if you know how to speak English, you will, be helped in all dimensions of your life, even in your old days, even in your, later on when you get married and all that. So because I have seen in like the schools, the inexpensive schools, the reputed schools, the principal used to take interview of parents, and it would be in English. So how would you manage? So either in this You can say in this situation you will figure it out, you will manage, but in afterwards you will definitely face challenge regarding this. So you have time, just start working on and do it the way you want it. So this is my side so far.
Thank you. Pranav has asked one question. What is the eligibility criteria to do live session with you like him? So Pranav, I'd like to give you only one suggestion for you, that please prove yourself first. Just try to do better and just be the part of every activity. One day you will also get chance to talk with me in live session. And especially I would like to give thanks to Mr. Pradeep, that he has just given
Yes.
some time to us, and he has just joined also, and he has just given lots of suggestions to my student. And they, if they really follow your instructions, then definitely the time will come that you all will speak English very well, because English is very easy language. But what happened, just because of fear, we just forget it, and we just think that English is not for me, and
Exactly.
just because of that they just leave institutions or everything. But you
Yes.
don't know that it's time for survival, and for survival English is very important. Even in Muzaffarpur also, there are lots of companies are connected with far away, and they are just only and only talking English. So definitely, if you know English, then
There, yes,
definitely
sir.
you
There
can
are a
do.
lot of examples from DIIT British English. I still remember Jayant is there when I was studying over there. So Jayant got selected in TCS. Then Rishikesh himself got selected in Salesforce. I got selected in Adobe, and there are a lot of examples over there who can inspire you in getting this. So it's not about human instincts, because I have seen this is human instincts, that if you are not comfortable in anything, we used to get, try to get rid from that, we try to skip it. So but that's not the correct way. And I believe if there is challenge, try to have some fun on it. If you feel challenging, just learn it, and then let them realize, yes, you are throwing challenges to me, and here I am. Now I have conquer everything whatever I wanted. So it will give you a lot of confidence, and it will also help you in long run throughout your life. So I'm from Muzaffarpur. I have never been in any like metropolitan city. I read there. I was in NTPC Kehalgaon, and then there. So I'm a Bihari, and I never had this special kind of
Okay,
coaching
is
for
there
English.
any?
So
Is there, I have one question, that is Bihari has to face out of Bihar any kind of
yes, sir.
problem?
Yes, sir. The main challenge is English, the pronunciation skills. So whenever you speak office, they get to know, yes, you from Bihar or UP? They will definitely ask this question. Whenever you say this, the please word, whenever this S pronunciation, the S, the sha, the murdhansa, and sa, these things, whenever it is, included in any pronunciation, they will, figure out you are from Bihar. So that would be challenging. So that's why I always suggest people to work on their pronunciation skills and try to use tongue twisters. It's really fun thing. Whenever you go for any training session, whenever you get hired for any MNC, they will go ahead and they will go ahead for this tongue twister thing. And once you able to speak it fastly, they will give you some reward. So they are implementing it. So I was not aware of that. So when I, had these training sessions, then I got to know, yes, this tongue twister is quite helpful. So everyone can look for these tongue twisters. They are available on internet. In Khushi Kabhi Gum, there was a tongue twister in Hindi. चंदू के चाचा ने चंदू की चाची को चांदनी की चम्मच से that was. So these are tongue twisters. That was for Hindi. So you can go ahead for English one, and it will help you out, because pronunciation is literally really important. Trust me, I have been through this, so that's why I'm suggesting start working on your pronunciation skills.
So students, as I have just told you, that when we go out of Bihar, Biharis has to face lots of problem. But when you focus on pronunciation, then definitely you would not be able to face any kind of problem, because when the people who are just outside of Bihar, they just listen that you are from Bihar or UP, their you can say that their way of watching becomes totally different. They just think that Biharis are not quite enough and quite good in English. So
That's the
definitely
challenge.
they just
Exactly, sir.
think like that. So please, I would like to tell you that please overcome from this problem. Just try to just enhance yourself and be patient. Today I have just told one of my students that it's not a one day medicine, or it's not a one day disease that मैं ज्वाइन कर लिया और खा लिया and I will be a fluent speaker. Every day just grab the opportunity to speak behind the podium, and if you go every day, it's just like a pill for one day, and slowly and slowly it will just enhance each and everything. Don't
Yes, sir.
think that I'm weak in English. Just think that I'm good and I have to be the best. If you go with positive side, if you think positive, then definitely you will be able to speak English very well. So
Yes,
Pradeep,
sir.
I'm very, very
Yes, sir.
thankful to you that you
Yes,
have
sir.
joined us, and in coming
Sir,
future
pleasure is
also
always
I
mine,
will
sir.
be
Yes.
connected with you also. So thank you, and thank you everyone to join us. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, guys. And I just wanted to say, in good note, that journey of million miles starts from a single step. So
Thank you.
don't worry about it. If you will be, quite focused, if you would be devoted towards this, it would take hardly 6 to 9 months to be a proficient speaker. So just never take it as granted. Just put your all effort and learn as much as you can. Thank you so much for joining this, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye bye.